Beijing on the 15th of September 2019. However, before then lies a 12-game qualification process which will whittle down the 32 European countries to just 12 who will move on to the finals in China in 2019. So this is game day one of the World Cup qualifiers for both these teams, and as you can see, we've got an exciting night of action. Here in Group D, Netherlands welcome Croatia as tonight's visitors. The other half of the group, Italy take on Romania in Torino. Then on Sunday, Croatia will host Italy in Zagreb, whilst the Netherlands will make the trip to Cluj to take on Romania. This opening window of the 2019 World Cup qualification is crucial for all four teams involved. None of the teams want to leave the opening weekend without notching up a win. And talking of the 18th FIBA World Cup, there has been a change. It's the first time there are no automatic qualifications except for the host nation, which of course is China. The whole idea behind this is so that fans get to see their national team play at home more often. It's all about bringing the amazing global basketball family together and celebrating the sport we love so much. Qualifications for the final split into 4 geographic regions: Africa, America, Asia and Europe. Each region will host a similar style qualification process, with Europe providing 12 of the 32 teams for the World Cup in China. So in front of us there's hundreds of hours of intense action, with 80 countries all fighting it out for those 31 spots at the big show in China. But as they say, every journey starts with a single step, and today's game is the first step for both Croatia and the Netherlands. Just about to have the team introductions here in Almere, just across the water from Amsterdam in the Netherlands. And tonight's visitors first up to be introduced, and they're going to enter the game as clear favourites. Croatia had a reasonably strong showing at Eurobasket this summer. They finished 10th overall. They lost to Russia in the round of 16 game in Istanbul. And also looking back in their history, they have picked up one FIBA World Cup medal before, claiming a bronze back in 1994. The history of Croatian basketball is very, very impressive. But they have a much changed roster for tonight's game, with no less than 7 players picking up their first ever competitive cap. No doubt the talent level is there, but can they step up to the international stage? And the challenges that come along with international basketball, it's a very different situation than you have in the domestic game. Just waiting for the home team to be introduced to what is an impressive crowd here in Almere. And the noise levels start to rise as the home crowd give their appreciation to the Netherlands. The hopes are high that the Netherlands can make just their second appearance at the World Cup. Their only other appearance back in 1986. But then they claim the scalps from New Zealand and Malaysia in the group stages, also narrowly losing out to Argentina in overtime, unable to make it out of the groups then though. Interesting to note from the Netherlands, their World Cup journey actually started back in August, where they had to play a round robin against Austria and Albania as to gain entry to the main qualification phase. Came away from that group with a 3-1 record, and no doubt the 74-point dismantling of Albania will have given them confidence heading into tonight's game. That said, the 5 meetings between these two teams, the Netherlands are yet to come away with a win. However, they seem to be getting close. Their last meeting at Eurobasket 2015 was a close affair, and Croatia only just managed to sneak a 78-72 win against the Orange Lions. And the Netherlands faithful will no doubt be hoping to see that close even further. In fact, to see it reversed here this evening. We're just minutes away from tip-off, but before that we have both national anthems. Firstly, the national anthem for Croatia.
Dames en heren, meisjes en jongens, dan wil ik jullie nu verzoeken om te gaan staan, de hoofddeksels af te nemen. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise, take off your caps. Please pay attention for the national anthem of Croatia.
stirring renditions there of both national anthems, beautifully respected within the arena, as both teams, no doubt, the heart rates will start to raise, the adrenaline will start to pump in those players' veins, as they know this is an important day for both countries in their qualification for the 2019 World Cup. Both teams keen to get off to a winning start, and this will play an important part of that winning start. So just moments away here in Almere from the start of the game, and our officials for this evening are Antonio Conde, Marcus Michaelides and Andres Aunkrugas from Spain, Switzerland and Latvia respectively. They'll be in charge of all the action on floor this evening, and no doubt we're in for a huge game here. But obviously it's going to come down to the players and how they perform on the floor this evening. Both teams have a huge amount of talent, but can they turn that into a victory in the opening day of window 1 of the FIBA 29 World Cup qualification? So having a look at our visitors this evening, they'll be looking to Darko Planinic to take a leadership role. He'll be picking up his 24th cap this evening, and he'll look to provide some guidance for the younger players in the team. As I said, numerous players without caps, getting some valuable international experience. And looking at the Croatian starting 5 now, they'll start with Mavada, Krujlin, Bilan, Ramlik and Sakic for their starting 5. But Croatia have a huge amount of firepower. They might not have the international experience, but Bilan, Bozic, Mavada, Sakic, all capable of lighting up the scoreboard in a hurry. However, the key to their success is going to be, can those inexperienced players acclimatise quickly to the rigours of international basketball? And up against them, the home team, after a strong summer in pre-qualification round, Netherlands will have the advantage of familiarity over their opponents. However, it's clear that the team ethic is going to be important. Expect De Jong, who's picking up his 30th cap this evening, to take the leadership role. Ably supported, no doubt, by Norel and Vaughan, who have some serious scoring ability in their locker. The starting 5 for the Netherlands is Franca, De Jong, Kluth, Schaftenaar and Norel. As I said, those 5 know each other. They've played with each other all summer in that pre-qualification phase, and that will be an important role in this game, whereas Croatia will be reasonably new to each other. So looking at Coach Skellin there, he'll be excited. It's his first game as the national team head coach, but make no mistake, the pressure is on him. He'll be expected to perform from day one. And on the other bench, at the other end of the floor, Toon van Helfteren will be looking to make Dutch basketball history, and by taking his team to the World Cup finals for the first time in over 30 years. Very different expectations for both teams, but that means nothing to the players wearing their national team jerseys. All 24 players are determined to come away from this evening's game with the win and leave this arena on the road to China. But make sure, obviously, as I said, we have a huge qualification process in front of us. Hundreds of hours of amazing international basketball, and you need to make sure you stay across it for the entire qualification phase. And make sure you share some of that love. So get on your social media, share the best moments of these qualifiers. Make sure you tag it with hashtag #ThisIsMyHouse. And that really does sum up how basketball fans feel about their national team. So 40 minutes of intense international basketball action ahead of us here at the Topsport Centrum in Almere, in the Netherlands, in the Flevoland province of the Netherlands. As I said, just across the water from Amsterdam. A nice big crowd here this evening to cheer the Orange Lions on to what they hope will be victory. Whereas Croatia here to spoil the party. So both teams now on the floor, just officials completing the formalities. And Bilan will go up against Norel for the opening tip. Just waiting for the officials to finalise the details, just a couple of questions. With regards to it, it looks like maybe the Dutch team had a different starting 5 down on the score sheet than they've actually put onto the floor. Just waiting for a quick clarification. Coach Van Helfteren has gone across to the table. It looks like they just need to clarify who the starting fives are. No doubt the officials and the table officials will hold them to account for the score sheet, and that should be their starting five. We're just waiting to see if that's clarified for us before we can get underway. As a player, it's not really what you want, as you can see from Franke and Kloeth there. You've got nerves and energy at the start of the game, and what you want to do is channel that into the action on the hardwood. You don't need these distractions and these temporary suspensions of play, and as you're just waiting to get underway. Amazing sea of orange across the arena in the stands. Still waiting some clarifications. Looks like there might be some issue with the scoreboard. Always best to start off on the right foot, making sure we get all the details sorted from the opening tip. Looks like we're ready to proceed now, and Bilan will go up against Norel for the opening tip. So welcome to Almere in the Netherlands for game one of Group D in the World Cup qualifiers 2019. Ball now with Franke. Schaftenaar working hard in the post, nothing there, has to come back out to Norel. Norel will feed the post now to Schaftenaar. Being guarded by Sakic. Can't get that one to go, good defense, but they managed to grab the rebound. Call has been made and it'll be a Croatia ball. Foul. As Croatia bring the ball up over the half for the first phase of play. Mavara there. And it's given away. Up comes De Jong. De Jong now to Franke. Back to De Jong. Slowing it down. Going to the post. Norel, tough move. He's fouled on his way to the basket. Bilan will pick up his first foul of the game. Norel now go to the line for 2 shots. Applies his trade in the ACB. 30-year-old picking up his 17th cap this evening. Surprise miss at the line. He's shooting 81% from the line in the domestic campaign so far this season. Which kind of shows what nerves, no matter what age you are, what level of veteran status you have, the nerves can play their part. Mavara now being guarded by Kloeth, gives it up. Another foul is called. Stuttering opening phase to the game. Ball inbounded to Mavara. Back to Bilan. Bilan now pulls up for the long two. Too heavy on that one. Back of the iron and out. Fumble for the ball though, but Kloeth comes away with it. Kloeth now on the wing looking to feed the post. Great backdoor cut by Franke, but it's straight out of bounds. Too hot to handle for Franke. Sakic inbounds it now to Mavara. Bilan comes up and sets a screen and rolls away from it. Quite static on the offensive end at the moment, Croatia. Looking to find some interior passing, but nothing there. Great defense by the Netherlands, almost stolen away. Forces a tough shot, but great hustle by Bilan under the basket. It's a loose ball and a scramble, but Franke will come away with it for the Orange Lions. Just a warning from the officials to the Croatian coach on his bench, saying no more talking, please. Franke now with the ball on the sideline. Inbounds it to Kloeth. De Jong to Franke. Franke now Oh, that's an ugly looking shot. He won't be happy with that, but Croatia will be happy to pick up the rebound. Ball now out to Mavara. Too heavy with that one, can't get it to go. Scrappy opening phase of play, just over 2 minutes in, and only 1 point on the board for either team. Well, Mavara now calls for the screen. Ball comes back out to him. Now it goes inside. Bilan back to the basket. He's fouled. Foul is called on De Jong. Be a baseline ball for Croatia. De Jong trying to help down. Oh, that's tough. Tries to strip it away, but gets part of the hand. Mavara now. Krojlin back out to Bilan. Krojlin again, pulls up for the three. Again, no joy there. Croatia not having the opening to the game they all wanted. Strong move to the basket, but no joy for Netherlands either. We're still at 1 point to the Netherlands, 0 to Croatia. The nerves are showing here in Almere. Mavara to the basket, early in the shot clock. Throws up a tough right hand off the backboard, doesn't even get it to touch the ring. Franke now drives inside. Kicks it to De Jong. De Jong takes the dribble. Comes back out to Franke. Goes inside to Noel. He's fouled from behind by Ramlik. Ball's inbounded. Ramlik's all over the back of Noel. It's a tough one. He's undersized compared to Noel. Wanted to try and steal the speed angle. Franke now gets it back out to Noel. Good ball movement by the Netherlands. Oh, that's a tough shot from outside. Can't get it to go. And we still have very little on the scoreboard. Mavara now uses Bilan's screen to Šakić. Back to Mavara now. Great defense by the Netherlands, staying in front of their team. As I say that, Šakić finds a way to the basket, but it's stripped away. De Jong will come out on the fast break. Looks ahead of him, finds Kluth. Kluth for three, drops the three. Settles some Dutch nerves. Charlon Kluth. It's likely he's going to play an important part on proceedings. In his international career, he's averaging 13.3 points per game. Big offensive option for the Dutch. Šakić now. A drive inside, it skipped to the corner to Mavara. Nothing there. Tries to kick it back out. It's a shot clock violation. And the Dutch will come away with the ball. You can hear the crowd. They're enjoying what they're seeing so far. Well, the Dutch are on top of this one. The orange is resurgent at the moment on the back of a shot like that from Kluth. No surprise, the crowd are looking forward to it. Kartic comes into the game for the first time, as does Šaftanar. De Jong now floats inside, right hand teardrop, gets it to go. And that extends the opening run to a 6-0 run for the Netherlands. Kartic now, ball goes inside to Bilan. The feed from Ramlik. Bilan with the old school right hook off the back and iron and out though. And De Jong grabs another rebound. Little hesitation, floats inside. Another teardrop by De Jong. And no option there for Croatia. Coach Skellin calls the timeout and puts a halt to proceedings as De Jong floats into the lane. Uncontested. Uses the front of the iron to full effect and gets it to drop. That's a huge start from the Netherlands here in Almere. And no doubt, Coach Skellin is reading a riot act to his charges on that bench. He needs to make sure that he changes things and changes things quickly. An 8-0 start to the game for the Netherlands. And as you can hear, he's not happy with how the opening phase of play has gone for the Croatians. No points on the board. And really struggling to find any offensive production whatsoever. The Netherlands defense, and as I said in the build-up, is really showing that Croatia, they're not even getting shots off. So 0 from 4 from 2 points and 0 from 3 from outside. All of them tough shots. Very well contested, and the Netherlands are playing a great brand of team defense that so far has kept a Croatian team at bay. Interesting to see there, De Jong obviously taking some of his inhaler on the sideline to help with, I presume, an asthma condition that he may suffer from. It hasn't shown in the opening stages. That beautiful drive to the basket and the teardrop for 2. Forcing the Croatian timeout. And Croatia will have the ball on the baseline when we come back into it. A change for the Dutch. And Oudendak comes into the game for the first time as Norel goes to the bench. Katic now with the ball as he brings it up over the half. Just over 5 minutes to play in this first quarter. Šakić now goes to Ramlik. Back to Šakić. Into the corner. Beautiful ball movement, Croatia. And that's exactly what they needed to do. Finding a wide open Klosling in the corner for 3. Patience and teamwork on the offensive end. Exactly what the Croatian bench will have wanted to see coming out of that timeout. Franke now with the ball to Oudendak. Franke turns the corner on the pick and roll. Nothing in front of him though. Good defense by Croatia. De Jong feeds Oudendak down low off the glass. Too heavy on that one. Franke working so hard. 1 against 4. But all he can do is pick up the foul. Pat on the head from his teammates though. Teammates don't mind seeing that. The hustle from the team. Oudendak going strong. And Franke refusing to give up on the offensive board. Going after it hard. But Croatia managed to come away with it. Katic now being guarded closely. Katic looking to go inside. And Oudendak picks up his 3rd foul after reaching in against Bilan. That's the 3rd team foul for the Netherlands in this opening quarter. And Hamink will see his first action of the night as Franke goes to the bench. Katic now. Gets the ball back at the top. Crossover against Kloofs. Tries to find the lane inside. Goes to the corner. Ramlik doesn't take the 3 though. Almost loses the handle. Pulls a crossover. Tries to find some space. Jacks up a really tough 3 and all that is an air ball. Ramlik not had the start to the game that he will have wanted. He looks quite nervous. And again, Croatia struggling to find a good look at the basket in their 24 as Netherlands defense works hard. De Jong now to Oudendak. Back to Kloof. Kloof now. Waiting for the screen to be set. Uses the screen. Ball goes to the corner. Wide open. Short on that one though. And Šaftanar can't find the distance. It's going to be a Croatia ball as De Jong continues to show the hustle that the Netherlands are approaching this game with. Katic receives the inbound pass. It's up to Bilan, who gives it up to Šakić. Back to Katic. Netherlands working hard to deny the interior passes. Šakić drives inside. He's fouled on his way to the basket. Wait to see who that one's called on. I think it's on Šaftanar. That'll be his first foul of the game. And the 15th foul of the quarter for the Netherlands. That will send Šakić to the line for 2 shots. As Leon Williams comes into the game for the first time, replacing Charlon Kloof. Kloof leaving just with that big 3 to his name. Šakić drains the first. Interestingly enough, he plays in Romania and actually plays for Cluj. So as part of this qualification process, he'll have to go back to his home club's arena to play against Romania. Be interesting to see what reaction and welcome he gets when he goes back. Connects with both and narrows the deficit. Now just to 3 points. Netherlands 8, Croatia 5. Williams with the ball at the top. Almost stolen away by Odendak. Grabs the loose ball, comes back out to Williams. Croatia have picked up a few gears on the defensive end. It goes into Odendak, but it's knocked out of bounds by Kartic. So it'll still be a Netherlands ball. Shot clock down to just 2 seconds though, so they'll have to create something very quickly. Odendak for 3. The big man's too heavy on that one. Šakić grabs the rebound. That's his second ball of the evening. Ball goes inside. That's Pleninic. Looks to throw it down with authority. But the Netherlands defense refused to give up the easy score. Great pass by Šakić. Pleninic goes up for the dunk. He's got 2 Netherlands defensive players contesting that one. Pleninic will go to the line for 2 shots as Norel comes back into the game for the Dutch. And Jesse Vaughan sees his first action of the evening also. Pleninic, 26 years old, but the most capped player in the Croatian team tonight, picking up his 24th cap. So in Croatian terms, plenty of international experience for him, averaging 5.9 points and 2.8 rebounds per game in his international career. And more importantly at the moment, 75% from the free-throw line, as Croatia look to narrow the deficit to just a single point. Williams gives it up to Hamming, gets it back. Backdoor, almost a great pass, but it's stolen away by Croatia. They get out at the races. Kartic now goes into Šakić. Šakić backing his way down. And the foul is called on Jito Kok. That's his first foul of the game. Šakić with a veteran play, the 29-year-old backing his way in, looking to draw the foul and get to the basket for the 2 free throws. But before that, we have a timeout called by Coach Helterin, as he obviously has seen his 8-0 start to the game being answered by the Croatian team. And he'll be keen to put the Netherlands team back on track and get them back into the offensive groove of things. This hasn't exactly been an offensive masterclass at the moment. Both teams playing a strong brand of defense, which has neutralized the offensive threat from either side. And as you can see, the shooting percentages are nothing to write home about. Only 1 basket in open play scored by Croatia, and not much better from Netherlands either. But smart play by the Croatian team. They're looking to get to the free throw line to get their offense and get the scoreboard ticking over. Often a smart play. When you're struggling on the offensive end and you're not finding that form and that rhythm in open play, try and draw some fouls and at least keep the scoreboard ticking over. Whereas the Dutch will be looking to change things up and get their offense rolling once again. Coach Helterin looking to make history. First time in over 30 years that the Netherlands would have made it back to the World Cup finals, if he can navigate his team's way through the 12-game qualification process that is necessary. Šakić drains the first and ties the game. So Netherlands' opening 8-0 run has been answered by Croatia's own 8-0 run, 5 of which have come from the free throw line. Drains the second and gives Croatia their first lead of the game with 2:20 to play in this first quarter. Williams now with the ball at the top. Goes to Hamming. Hamming goes inside to Norel. Norel working against his man. And Planinic is called for the foul. Interesting to see the officials calling that nice and early. He's got his hand on his back. The officials are going to call that. Setting out their stall early on what they're going to call and what they're not going to call. Ball now in the hands of Williams at the top. Oh, that's a tough shot by Vaughan, but what a shot by Vaughan. Sometimes if you're struggling on the offensive end, you do just need a player to take charge. And that's exactly what Jesse Vaughan has done there. Created his own space for the triple. Tough move to the basket. Can't get it to go, but the tip back is good by Planinic. And maybe this is the start of the offensive production for both these teams as the nerves start to settle down. Hamming now drives inside, comes back out to Williams. Williams for three, he's fouled out, one! Leon Williams hits the three, he'll go to the bonus for the extra one. Chance of an and one play. Gets the crowd on their feet here at the Top Sports Centrum in Almere. Big play by Williams, back-to-back triples for the Dutch. Williams picking up his 17th cap. Plays at Göttingen in the BBL, the German top league. He's averaging 3.2 points and 2.8 assists in his international career so far. No doubt he'll be expected and will want to take a bigger role in their qualification process as Vaughan picks up the foul. Always a tough one for a coach to see. Nowhere near the basket, no real danger on your own basket. Vaughan gives up the foul and sends Kartic to the line for 2 shots. You don't want to penalise your team or reprimand them for showing the enthusiasm and the hustle that Vaughan showed there. But you also have to ask for some smarts on the court, some IQ. No threat from Kartic on the halfway line, so no need to foul him as he drains both his 3-throw attempts and brings the Netherlands lead down to just 2 points with 1 minute 11 to play in this first quarter. Hamming now back to Williams. Williams looking for options inside, nothing there. Great defense by Croatia. Oh, he splits the defenders. Out to Hamming for 3. Oh, this is becoming a perimeter masterclass from the Dutch. Back-to-back-to-back triples from the Orange Lions. Kartic now goes past Williams to Šakić. Šakić gives it up. Ball comes back to him. He'll shoot the 3. Only an air ball for Šakić. And you hear the wolf whistles from the crowd as they enjoy the air ball from the Croatians. Not quite as much as they enjoyed the triple from Hamming on the wing. Important phase of play as we enter the last 30 or so seconds in this opening quarter. Netherlands with a 5-point lead. Ball in the hand of Williams. Williams now to Hamming. Ball goes inside. Itakok can't get it to go. And Šakić grabs the rebound. He'll bring it up over the half for Croatia as they'll look to take the final shot of the opening quarter. Ball in the hands of Kartic. He's got a mismatch against Norel. It goes to Šakić in the corner. He drives the baseline, drives inside, tries to reverse layup, can't get it to go. That's a huge rebound. But it's after the buzzer's gone. Planinic couldn't get it to go. So we reach the end of the first quarter here at the Top Sports Centrum in Almere. And an interesting, cagey first quarter we have had. Both teams struggled initially on the offensive end before finding some form, and particularly the Netherlands from outside as they end the first quarter leading by 5, 18 to the Netherlands, 13 to Croatia. What an exciting first quarter we've had in Almere as the Netherlands hold a 5-point lead over Croatia, 18 to 13. Williams and Planinic sharing the honours of leading all scorers 4 points apiece, and Krujlin has got 3 rebounds for the Croatians, and de Jong has got 2 rebounds for the Dutch. But the tail of the tape in the first quarter has to be the Dutch perimeter play. After a sprawling defensive effort in the opening phases from the Dutch, it's their perimeter shooting from the likes of Kloof that has really been the tail of the first quarter, hitting some big threes. Contested as well. Croatia playing good perimeter defense for the most part, still unable to make any difference to their perimeter shooting. And the Dutch come into the game with much confidence. As I said before the game, they obviously know each other. They've played 4 games in the summer pretty much as a roster, whereas the Croatians are a reasonably new team that are looking to gel here on the hardwood. And that's really tough when the Dutch are putting you to the sword like that from the perimeter. The Croatians managed to get things going in the closing stages of the quarter and went on their own run to counter the Dutch. But big play there by Williams, who hits the 4-point play. And the second quarter is no doubt going to be just as exciting as the first. As we just wait for the officials to clarify the scoreboard situation here inside the arena. And Krujlin will inbound the ball for Croatia as we get this second quarter underway. Kartic now. Back to Krujlin. Krujlin being guarded ferociously by Vaughan and turns the ball over. He's looking at the officials, asking for the call. The officials are saying that's just straight up good defense. Krujlin still asking for the call. Vaughan just in his face every which way he turns. And the Netherlands will come away with possession. Williams now waves away from Hammink. Ball goes inside to Norel. Norel comes back to Vaughan. Vaughan picks up the dribble, goes back to Norel. Croatia good face-up defense. Norel now stuck with the ball. Shot clock down to 2. He'll have to jack up a tough shot. Doesn't get it to touch anything. And Croatia will have a great early possession. Krujlin now. Sorry, Kartic now with the ball as he drives inside, floats in. Too easy for Kartic, off the glass for 2. And Croatia reduce it just a 3-point ball game now. Norel back to Hammink. Hammink turns the corner, drives inside the paint, tries to Euro-step his way to the basket, but he's fouled. Just wait to see who the foul's called on. I think it was on Shakic, as we see a replay of how easy it was for Kartic to get to the basket. Pretty easy 2 off the glass. Sorry, Shakic was called for the foul. And Hammink connects from the line for the first of his 2. Hammink part of the Bilbao basket team in the ACB in Spain, just 23 years old. And just picking up his 3rd international cap as he connects with both 3 throws from the line. Kartic now being guarded by Williams closely. Sakic comes up and sets the screen for him. Ball now to Krujlin. Krujlin has to come back to the top. The screen now set by Bilan. Bilan flashes to the basket, but the ball's gone to the corner. Oh, that's a big shot by Krujlin. Hits the 3. It's just a single possession ball game. Norel now with the ball in the paint. He's going to have to do something with it. Comes with the left hand hook off the glass. Looked like it was going to drop, but the iron was not his friend that time. And Croatia grabbed the defensive rebound. Ball now into Bilan behind the back. Oh, unlucky from Bilan. Beautiful vision by the big man. Comes off the foot of the slashing player. Unfortunately, straight out of bounds. Frustration there for Bozic. Couldn't quite connect with it. Ball now in the hands of Hammink for the Netherlands. Williams to Vaughan. Vaughan stepping out, asking for the screen. Norel obliges. Gives it up to Williams. Shot clock down to 3. Norel, tough right-hand hook. Can't get that one to go either. Norel unlucky at the moment, being forced to take late shot clock attempts as Bozic draws the foul. And Šakić will go to the bench for Croatia. As in comes Barac. Ball now in the hands of Bilan, and he can't get that to go off the glass. Oldendak back into the game and grabs a defensive rebound straight away. Williams corralling his troops in front of him to Vaughan. Vaughan on the wing goes inside to Oldendak. Oldendak, is he going to back his way to the basket? Yes, he is. Floats up with the hook shot, nothing there. And the foul is called on Barac. Great work by Van der Mars. Established himself inside Barac. And Barac's only option really to foul. As Croatia will make another change. Sobin into the game for the first time for Croatia. Oldendak now to Williams. To Vaughan. Vaughan with the quick release. Nothing there though. Another foul called on Barac. Unable to contain Van der Mars in the low post. Van der Mars working so hard to get position, and that's the second personal foul for Barac. He's only been into the game a short period of time. Vaughan now to Oldendak. Van der Mars, good ball movement by the Netherlands on the perimeter. Goes inside to Oldendak. Foul is called again. The Netherlands are having all their Christmases come at once in the paint at the moment, as both teams are working hard. Good call by the official there. Barac using his arms, push Van der Mars out the way. And the Netherlands now have the possession. Williams takes a couple of dribbles, gets inside, goes to Van der Mars. Van der Mars, mid-range two, off the iron and out. And Croatia will come away with the ball. Gives it up to Klojlin. Ball now across to Katic. Sobin looks to back his way to the basket. Almost loses it, goes up against Van der Mars. Right-hand hook shot. He's short on that one. Oldendak with another rebound for the Dutch. And Williams has the ball at the top. Hamming now, back to Williams, to Oldendak. The Netherlands looking the more confident of the two teams at the moment. Ball now put into Oldendak. Will he go up against Sobin? Will he look to draw another foul? Sobin retreats. Foul is on the floor. Just wait to see who that one's called on. It's called on Sobin. As Oldendak pushes his way to the basket. It's a team foul situation for Croatia though. 6:21 left to play in the second quarter, and Croatia already into the team foul situation. Sending Oldendak to the line. Oldendak, one of the Netherlands players that actually plies his trade in the DBL, the top league in Holland. Sorry, in the Netherlands. 30 years old. This is his 11th cap. And they'll be expecting big production from him throughout this World Cup qualifying phase. Back at the line for the second of his 2-3 throws, missing the first. And connects with the second. And Croatia will make a change as Bosniak comes into the game for the first time. And Klojlin will go to the bench. Avara picks up point guard responsibilities. Barac now. Bosniak. Ball fed inside. Sobin back out to Bosniak. Bosniak trying to fight around the corner. Vaughan fouls him. More patience from the Croatian offense. It's going to pay dividends in the long run. They might want to be breaking down this lead that the Netherlands hold and pushing into their own lead, but it's a smart play to try and find some structured form. Sobin drives inside, floats it right hand, kisses the front of the iron off the glass and in. Sobin picks up his first points of the game and brings it down to just a 1-point lead now for the Netherlands. 21 to Netherlands, 20 to Croatia. Strong drive by Frank to the basket, gets it to go. Avara now. Bosniak drives inside, kicks it to the corner. Big shot from the corner. Can he get it to go? No, he can't. Badac comes up short on that one, and the Netherlands will come away with the rebound. Kloof now, taking his time. There's the Van der Mars. Back to Vaughan. Odendak sets the screen. Pick and roll action at the top again for Holland. Pulls up for the two. Kloof drains another three, and the Netherlands continue to show their fine perimeter form. Mavada slows it down, waits for the screen set by Sobin. Sobin rolls to the basket. Doesn't take that option though, goes to the wing. That's a really tough play by Bozic. He can't get it to go. Great defense by the Netherlands as they continue to hold Croatia at arm's length. They seem to have been in control for the majority of this first half. And the Orange Lions, faithful in the crowd, which there are many of here, will be happy. Kloof for three. He's fouled on the shot. Mavada called for the foul. And as every coach across the world will tell you, you don't foul the jump shooter. And that's exactly what Mavada has done. And that's going to send Kloof to the line for three shots as we see Vaughan hitting another three, taking his personal tally up to 6 points. That's his second three of the night. And Croatia will call a timeout as the Netherlands will go to the line for 3 free throws and the opportunity to extend their lead possibly up to 9 points. A critical phase of the game here at Almere in the Netherlands. But this is a long process. A 12-game qualification process sits in front of both of these teams across several windows over the next 18 months. And the only way that you guys can keep up to date with all the action is to download the FIBA World Cup app. It's available on both Android and Apple. And if you want to be the first with all the news for your favorite teams, your favorite players, the video highlights, the scores, the box scores, you know, make sure you have all the information so you can win the arguments with your friends when it comes to the post-game analysis. Make sure you download the FIBA World Cup app and keep up to date with all the action we have here ahead of us as 80 teams look to make it through to the 2019 FIBA World Cup finals in China. Coming back to the action here at the Top Sports Centrum Arena in Almere, the Netherlands, as we see Charlon Kloof at the line, missing the first of his 3 attempts. Kloof, a member of UCAM Murcia in the ACB, another experienced player, 15 cap tonight, connects with the second. And averaging just over 10 points per game through his international career. So an important part of the puzzle for the Orange Lions. But misses 2 of his 3 throws there, but the official says encroachment into the lane means he'll come back and re-attempt the final free throw. Just look at the replay to see who steps in first. It looks like Šakić might have put a foot into the lane a little bit too early. And Kloof connects with the final of his 3 free throws at the second attempt, extending the Netherlands lead to 8 points. 28 to the Netherlands, 20 to Croatia, 4:13 left in this second quarter. That's a big shot from outside, can't get it to go. Wieland grabs the rebound. Looks like Norell's going to get called for the foul. That was a tough shot by Bosniak. Not sure that's what Coach Skellin will want to see from Croatia. They seem to have had most of their success closer to the basket or drawing fouls from the Netherlands. Bosniak now. Inbounds to Šakić. Hands it off to Mavada. Mavada uses a screen by Bilan. Back to Šakić. Into the post by Bilan. This is better play by Croatia. Moving the ball well, but the Netherlands defense is rotating well as well. Šakić pulls up for the long 2. Banks it off the glass. Gets it to go. I think that sums up the Croatian spirit at the moment. Šakic's face there. Not happy with the performance in the first half. Franca now from the corner. Oh, another 4-point play from the Netherlands. Franca drains a 3. String music for Franca. and he'll go to the line for the bonus. Croatia chasing the shot out hard, but fouling. And that's just a replay of Šakić hitting the 2. But unfortunately, a 2 isn't good enough when you're going to give up the 3 and foul like Bosniak did in that situation. And that's a old school coaching move, and showing his disdain, sending the player to the bench immediately. Ugly looking free throw from Frank at the free throw line. Keeps it at just a 9-point lead for the Netherlands. Mavada now goes to Klojlin. Klojlin goes inside to Bilan. Bilan back out to Mavada. Mavada fakes 3, throws inside, right hand, short on that one, low trajectory, wasn't going to get over the front of the iron. And Franke comes the other way. Netherlands look to be confident. Norel now hands it off to Kluth. Kluth slows it down, uses a screen set by Norel. Looks to fight his way past Bilam, and Norel can't hold on to the bullet pass from the wing. And it goes out of bounds, and Croatia will get the ball on the baseline. As much as the Netherlands might feel comfortable with a 9-point lead, this is the time you have to put the opposition to the sword. You have to extend that lead and try and put them out of sight. Ball goes inside to Bilan. He loses it though, and Kluth will come away with the ball. Gives a no-look pass to Frankie, off the glass for 2. Beautiful assist by Kluth. And Frankie's the grateful recipient of the gift. Takes his personal tally to 7. And you can hear the noise now from the Netherlands faithful in the crowd. Starting to raise. Bilan turns the corner. Oh, big play by the experienced Bilan. That's a tough play by the big man. Seeing a replay of him losing the ball in that situation, and the no-look pass from Kluth to Frankie. But you'll forgive Bilan after the move he's just pulled at the other end. Spins quickly on the baseline and pulls off what looked like an impossible shot from under the basket. Off the glass, gets a 2, gets himself to the line for the extra 3 throw as well. Can't get the extra shot to go. And all of those points matter so much in situations like this. 2:20 to play in the second quarter. And the Netherlands lead by 9 points. De Jong now to Kluth. Kluth to Franke. Goes inside to Van der Mars. Hands it back out to Kluth. Kluth takes the 3. He's being double teamed. He's thrown it away though. And Croatia out of the races. Two-handed jam. Klojlin with no mistake. Kluth now really controlling the tempo for the Netherlands. Franke double teamed in the corner, got himself stuck, and he's thrown it out of bounds. Kluth just telling his young teammate, calm down. Let's make sure we make the sensible plays. As the 21-year-old throws it away, and there's just a replay of Franke throwing down the hammer with 2 hands. Getting rid of some of the frustration he no doubt feels. And here at the Top Sports Centrum Arena, we have a timeout called, as both teams will look to try and correct the situation. Netherlands called the timeout. Obviously, they've seen a couple of offenses where they've been forced into difficult situations and forced a turnover, in particular being pushed into the corners. Although it's an attractive place to shoot the triple from, it's also an easy place to get trapped and be forced to throw a really tough pass out of, as Franke found out in that last possession. But Franke can't be moaned at too much, as he's leading the Netherlands in scoring with 7 points. Klojlin is leading the Croatians with 8. But the Croatians, and in particular Coach Skelling, will not be happy with how the Croatians have played so far here, in particular on the offensive end, only scoring 13 points in the first quarter. And they've only got 13 points here so far in the second quarter. And there's 1:27 left to play in this second quarter. And Croatia will want to make sure they make the most out of those closing stages. Krojlin inbounds the ball. Katic. Katic now brings it up over the half, uses the screen set by Bilan. Ball skipped to the top to Šakić. Krojlin now inside to Bilan, thrown away, another turnover for Croatia. Bilan just having a quick conversation, shrug of the shoulders from Krojlin. And the Netherlands will come back with it. 7th turnover there for Croatia to Netherlands 4. I think that tells you a fair bit about how gelled the two teams are at the moment. Kloof now to De Jong, to Van der Marl, sorry. Oh, big shot from the corner there. From Šaftanar, couldn't get it to go, and Croatia will come back the other way with the ball. Into Šakić now. Šakić backing his way down against Šaftanar. Pulls up for the two, big play by Šakić. And if I was the Croatian team, I'd look to put the ball into the hands of Šakić as much as I can. He seems to be the player with the most composure on the Croatian side at the moment. Looking to get the easy high percentage scores. Franke now with the ball at the top for Netherlands. To De Jong, Šaftanar inside to Odendak. Odendak tries to skip it back to Franke. He couldn't hold on to it though, and Croatia will come away with the ball. To Šakić. Šakić for three. Oh, string music for Šakić. He gets the long three. And now it's just a 2-point ball game. And as I said, this final minute and a half has been an important minute and a half for the Croatian team. Šakić takes his personal tally to 11 with that three. And down to a 1-possession game. Kloof now drives inside, goes to the corner. De Jong fakes a three, takes the three. Short on that one though. And that will be the half-time buzzer. End of the half, the Netherlands 33. Croatia 31. De Jong not particularly happy with the officials. But that's the score we have. Netherlands 33, Croatia 31 here in Almere, the Netherlands. And looking at some of the stats to take you through. Šakić there, 11 points, 5 rebounds. That's a great opening half shift for him. Franke leading the scoring for the Netherlands with 7 points. And Krojlin there, 2 steals, but he's also got 3 turnovers. Those turnovers have hurt Croatia. 7 turnovers to just 4 for the Netherlands in that opening half. That will hurt them if they continue like that. However, they'll be happy with their closing 90 seconds of that first half. And they've had a strong comeback into that game after what was a tough opening quarter for Croatia, as the Netherlands showed them how to shoot from outside off the back of some big shooting from Kloof and Franke. And Franke, sorry, in particular, have shown some real form from the perimeter. And as you can see, the Netherlands found it easy in the going stages of the game to find the scores. And Croatia struggled, but ultimately they did jumpstart their offense into action. The Netherlands continued to battle throughout that first half, but it really was a tale of 2 quarters. The Netherlands dominating the opening quarter, 18-13 in the opening quarter, and almost a role reversal in the second, as Croatia won the second quarter 18-15. That leaves us with the 2-point deficit at the moment for Croatia. Netherlands 33, Croatia 31. And both teams know how important this opening game of the World Cup qualification is, and neither will want to come away with the loss. It really does look like the Netherlands will rely heavily on their perimeter shooting to get them the win this evening, whereas from Croatia's point of view, they're likely to go inside an awful lot more. The Netherlands currently shooting 54.5% from outside. That's an impressive statistic for any team at any level, let alone in a World Cup qualifying game. Whereas Croatia just shooting 33.3% from outside. And a crazy statistic for you is that the Netherlands might be shooting over 50% from the perimeter. They're actually shooting worse from inside. They're only shooting 31% field goals inside the perimeter. So maybe they should just keep shooting from outside. But Croatia had a tough first quarter, but battled back in the second, in particular the last 90 seconds. And Šakić really has shown that he's a player that's going to take a fair bit of the burden for Croatia this evening, as he finishes the first half with 11 points and 5 rebounds. As we watch some of the highlights here from this opening quarter, it was a cagey start to the game as the Netherlands opened up with an 8-0 run, which was near enough cancelled out by Croatia's own run. But we had a cagey start which opened up into some beautiful fluid basketball, particularly the perimeter display from the Netherlands in this opening half here in Almere, just across the water from Amsterdam in the Netherlands, part of the Flevoland province of the Netherlands. My goodness, are the Orange Lions showing how to shoot the ball in the opening 20 minutes of this one. So this is Group D of the World Cup qualification phase, the European Qualifiers. And that's one of 8 groups featuring 32 nations, all looking to claim one of the 12 European spots at the World Cup finals in China in 2019. All looking to make it to the top step of the podium on the 15th of September in Beijing. And both these teams have made a reasonable start to it. Very difficult at the halfway stage to say who you'd have as favourites. But no-look passes like that from Kluth are there to entertain the crowd. And that's exactly what they do, as the noise levels in the top sports centrum have gradually grown. But Croatia have had their highlights as well, including the Krosling two-handed jam on the break. Showed some of the frustration the Croatians have felt with that one. And put the ball down on the hammer. But as I said, both these teams have a 12-game qualification process in front of them. And this is just the first 2 quarters and 48 quarters that they're going to have to play to make their way through to China. Some great highlights from this first half. And remember, if you want to keep your eye on all the highlights throughout the World Cup qualification across all the games, make sure you download the World Cup app. That will keep you up to date with all the latest FIBA World Cup news. And that's available on both Android and Apple. So make sure you tune in for that one. So an exciting first half we've had here in Almere as the Netherlands lead 33-31. Make sure you join us for the second half shortly.
FIBAbasketball.com.
Welcome back to Almere in the Netherlands, and the Netherlands hold a slender 2-point lead over Croatia, 33-31 after the opening 20 minutes of action. And what a 20 minutes we've had. Opening quarter dominated by the Netherlands. They took that one 18-13, and the roles reversed in the second quarter as Croatia walked away 18-15 winners of the second. And that leaves us with our 2-point ball game here at the Top Sports Centrum in the Flevoland province of the Netherlands. Biggest performance of the evening has to go to Šakić so far. He's got 11 points and 5 rebounds to his name, and has really been the cool head on what has been a fragmented Croatian performance so far. Whereas on the other end of the floor, the Netherlands might not have the individual talent on paper that Croatia may have, but my goodness, they play some strong team basketball, and in particular their team defense in the opening quarter was very, very impressive indeed, and that was only really matched by their offensive prowess from the perimeter, shooting over 50% from the perimeter in that first quarter, whereas the Croatians only shooting 33.3%. That really does tell you all you need to know about the game so far. Croatia have worked hard and got inside for their points and secured an awful lot from the line, whereas the Netherlands have lit it up from the perimeter. Coach Skellen will want a much more measured performance from his charges in the second half. Here in Almere, he won't be happy to see such an ebb and flow performance from his team. You'll want them to assert themselves on the game, take control, dictate the tempo of the game. and silence the sea of orange here in the Topo Sports Centrum. That is getting more and more vocal as the game progresses, and as they can really smell an upset on the cards in game day 1 of Group D World Cup qualification. A much calmer coach Helfteren for the Netherlands, just talking to his guys, keeping them calm. I'd imagine the game is going to their game plan that they put out before the start of the game. And they will be very excited with the prospect of walking away from game day 1 with the win before they have to go on the road to Cluj to take on Romania on Sunday. If they can enter that game with a win in their back pockets, that really will give them some confidence and some momentum to start their World Cup qualification with. We're moments away from the start of the second half here in the Netherlands. And De Jong will get things underway here in Almere as he inbounds the ball to Kluth. Kluth now uses a screen set by Norel. Tries to pass it back inside, but it comes off Kartic's hands. So it'll still be a Netherlands ball on the baseline. Kluth now to inbound it. It comes into Norel. Goes back up to the top to Franco. And ball's in the hand of De Jong now, looking to shake his way. Nothing there though, goes into Schaftenaar. Shot clock's running down. In fact, the shot clock has expired. Netherlands too calm in that situation, not enough impetus in their offense to get a shot off in the 24 seconds. And Croatia will come back the other way with the ball. In the hands of Kartic. Comes back to Šakić. Krojlin back to Šakić. To Kartic, much more control from the Croatians here, but still good defense by the Netherlands. Good change of pace from Kartic. Ball goes to Krojlin. Great pass from Krojlin. Šakić can't get the three, but that's more promising from the Croatians in their opening offense of this second half. Kluth now pulls up for the mid-range two. Too heavy on that one. And the Croatians will come away with the loose ball rebound. Bilan, long two. Again, can't that connect with that one as the iron knocks it away. Kluth now, important part of the Netherlands offense, gives it up to De Jong. De Jong uses a screen set by Schaftenaar. Goes to Norel. Schaftenaar now inside. Beautiful right hand hook. Lovely use of the mismatch. There's a couple of screening actions that are left. Schaftenaar being guarded by Krojlin. And Schaftenaar made the most of his size differential in that one. Krojlin now shoots to three. Oh, that's a big shot by Krojlin. De Jong needs to step up on him more than that. He needs to respect Krojlin's outside shot. Beautiful form. And that's just pure textbook. Schaftenaar being guarded by Šakić now. Backs his way inside, kicks it out to Kluth. Kluth trying to fight his way down. Foul is called on Ramlik. It's the first team foul of the quarter for Croatia. Ramlik doesn't look too impressed by the call. Difficult to see what other call the officials were going to make on that one. As Netherlands regain possession. Kluth now drives inside, out to Schaftenaar. Schaftenaar is fouled by Šakić. And two quick team fouls for Croatia. The Netherlands will reset their offense once again. And a third foul. This time called on Kartic. That's three very, very early team fouls for Croatia. 7:43 left in the quarter. And the Netherlands are almost in the bonus already. Kluth now tries to spin his way to the basket, but almost loses the handle. Ball goes inside to Norel, and Norel just dumps it in from about an inch away. Opens the Netherlands lead back out to 3 points. Kartic now with the ball. Looking for a post play, but nothing there. And, you have to give it to the officials. There's consistency. Schaftenar's called for the foul, placing his hands on the driving Kartic. Kartic now with a crossover at the top. Uses a screen set by Bilan. Ramlik now gives it up to Bilan. Krojling drives to the basket. Strong move. Great defense there. Norel knocks it away and stops the score. Franke will get the 2 from the mid-range on the short corner. And quickly Netherlands are out to a 5-point lead with just over 3 minutes played in this third quarter. This really has been an ebb and flow game. And at the moment, the Netherlands are in full flow. The foul is called on De Jong, and it's on the floor, so it'll be a sideline ball. That's the second team foul of the quarter for the Netherlands. And that's a replay of the great defense by Norel and the short corner jumper by Franke. Franke takes his personal tally to 9. Šakić now feeds Bilan in the low post. Bilan goes to work, drives inside in the paint, spins back, pivots, fades away. Look to roll out every move in the big man book, but still can't get the shot to drop. And the ball quickly in the hands of Franke for another 3. The Netherlands continue their fine form from outside and quickly extend it out to a 7-point lead. And Croatia call a timeout. What a shot. Ice throwing through the veins of the young man Franke. And he'll be happy with his performance so far this evening, as he takes his personal tally up to 12. And I'm not too sure what more Coach Skellin can tell his team. It's a pretty simple message. The Netherlands can shoot 3s. You need to chase them out. And until his team realise that, they're going to struggle. At the moment, no real foul trouble for the Croatians. Handful of players on 2 fouls, so they can look to increase the intensity level of their defence without worry of losing key players to foul trouble. And there's the difference between the 2 teams and the 2 coaches. Coach Helftelin a lot more comfortable, a lot more relaxed with his team. He's happy with what they're doing on the floor, and it really is. Same again, please, chaps. Is going to be the order of the day from the Dutch bench. And an unimpressed Dino Rada, former Croatian basketball superstar, sits watching his team struggle against the Netherlands. And the game firmly going against the form book at the moment. As I said, 5 previous meetings between these 2 nations, and the Croatians currently have wins in all 5. Can the Netherlands pick up their first ever competitive win against Croatia here this evening in Almere? That would be a huge feat for game day 1 of this World Cup qualification phase. Krojling from the corner. Too heavy on that one. And Schaftenar grabs the rebound for Netherlands. Kloof, he'll pull the trigger on the 3. Oh, too heavy on that one though. Oh, big rebound by Norel though. Back out to Kloof. Netherlands in the ascendancy, they look in control. De Jong trying to shake his defender. Goes up against. Oh, pulls back for the 2. That's a tough move by De Jong, but Šakić, that's all he offered him. He'll get it. Nice pass by Šakić. Can't be quite held on to by Kartic so quickly though. Šakić gets the easy 2 in the mismatch though. That's a huge size and power mismatch over Kloof here in the paint. And Šakić takes himself to 13 points personal. Franke now to De Jong. De Jong at the top being doubled. Ball goes into Norel. Easy pass. 2-handed flush. Schaftenar. And the Netherlands really do seem to be slightly in cruise control at the moment. Šakić comes back up to the top to Kartic. Waits for the screen from Bilan. Completely disjointed at the moment. Šakić throws up a prayer at the end of the shot clock. And Croatia are all over the place. Netherlands will look to capitalise. Kloof drives inside. Offensive foul is called. Strong play by Katic. Took the stand. You can see Katic quickly identifies exactly what Kloof wants to do. He's only got one thing in his mind, and that's go straight to the basket. Takes the stand and draws the foul. And leaves a long sweat trail for the young guys and girls on the baseline to clean up from. And the Netherlands really do look in cruise control, and some beautiful team basketball. Norel finding the backdoor cut by Schaftenaar for the two-handed flush. If Croatia aren't careful, Netherlands will open this gap up. Ball now. Šakić drives inside. He's fouled. Can't get the two to go, but he'll go to the line for the 2 free throws. Šakić really has been Mr. Consistency for Croatia in the game here this evening. And that's the 4th team foul for the Netherlands. So that puts Croatia into the bonus now. And Schaftenaar goes to the bench. And in comes Van der Mars. Just a quick halt to proceedings before we get the free throws. Some more technicalities, no doubt, to clear up for the officials. They've been reasonably busy this evening. Just the referee saying you need to be careful when you're making your subs. Šakić now at the line for 2. Continues his 100% record from the line. That's 5 from 5 this evening. To be expected, really. He's shooting 82% from the free throw line at his club this season. That's 6 from 6 for Šakić now, and the Netherlands lead is down to just 5. 43 to the Netherlands, 38 to Croatia. And Williams comes on and takes over point guard responsibilities for the Dutch. De Jong. De Jong, little shake. Manages to lose his defender, pulls up for the jumper, can't get that one to go. Katic comes up with a rebound. And Williams is called for the foul. He looks surprised, as does coach Heltelin. Looked like a pretty straightforward call from the officials from where we are. Kloof has had a big evening so far for the Netherlands. And that's a tough foul for Williams to commit. Obviously, Croatia in the bonus, so any foul now is going to send them to the line. Katic can't make them pay, though. And that's a rare miss from Croatia from the line. They're shooting over 90% before that free throw. He connects with the second. Reduces the arrears to just 4 points now. And this is just a replay of the foul that was called. Katic looks to drive by. And Williams obviously puts his arm onto him. Easy call for the official right in front of him. Franke now with the ball. To De Jong. To Odendag. Back to Franke. Franke looks to cross over, comes inside. Oh, that's a tough move. Very athletic by Franke, and Pleninic is going to get called for the foul. His correction of body movement in the air is impressive there. As Franke looks to use the crossover through the legs, drives inside. Pleninic comes out to help. Huge contact on Franke, and that will send him to the line for 2 shots. And Pleninic picks up the foul. Takes Franke up to 12 points personal for this evening. And the young man will be very happy, as will his coach and teammates, with his shift so far. In and out on the second. There'll still be a Netherlands ball. Just a conversation between the officials, and as you would expect, the players also. Franke misses a free throw. They're just trying to clarify who that came off. Coach Heltelin is not too happy with the call, as Croatia will inbound the ball. Ball now in the hands of Katic. Katic drives inside, skips it to the corner to Krojling. Krojling, oh, another big shot by Krojling. Huge, huge play. As Katic with the assist. And that brings it down to just a one possession lead now for the Netherlands. As I said, this game has ebbed and flowed throughout. A to and fro between these two teams. De Jong now into Odendag. And the foul is called on Pleninic, lifting his knee into Odendag's backside as he tried to post up. And there's a replay of the pass from Kartic for wide over Krojlin, who drains the three. It's a big shot by Krojlin. He takes himself up to 14 points personal, along with his 4 rebounds. Odendag now at the line. Both teams are in the penalty. Connects with the first. Only shoots 62% from the line so far in the DBL this season. So not the best of free throw shooters, but gets the second to drop. As this game just teeters perfectly for the entertainment of the swathes of orange in the crowd and the handful of Croatians who've made the journey, as well as the fans at home on the couch. Oh, big play by Krojlin once again. That takes him up to 16-point personal, leading all scorers. Ramlik on the defensive end there. Ball goes inside to Odendag, being guarded by Bilan. Spin by Odendag. Beautiful textbook play, left-hand hook shot. A very low trajectory, but goes straight in. Doesn't even clip the iron on the way through. Kartic. Ball now finds its way to Krojlin, the hot hand. Back to Kartic. Bilan will come up and set the screen. And the blocking foul is called on Odendag. Kartic did make an awful lot of that. But I'd have to say, even if he didn't, it did look like Odendag didn't quite make a stand in time. We're still moving. Let's have a look at the replay to be sure. Yeah, Odendag's still moving forward. As much as he can claim he's standing still, he was still moving forward. However, I think the crowd made it clear their opinion of Kartic's fall to the floor. And that will send Kartic to the line for 2 shots and Odendag to the bench. That's just Odendag's second personal foul. And Kartic is at the line. Can't connect with the first. Puts him at just 60% from the line here this evening. No wonder he's shaking his head. Higher expectations from Kartic from the line than that. Connects with the second. As they look to make a change, and Kartic goes to the bench. Krojlin really has come to play in this second half. As De Jong has possession for Netherlands to Vaughan. Back to De Jong. The Netherlands quite patient in their offense, but Croatians' defense really has ramped up a few levels of intensity now. Norel looking to back his way to the basket against Bilan. A battle of the big men. Left-hand hook is an air ball. Great defense by Bilan. And Croatia come away with it. Just a 3-point ball game as the ball is fed into the post from Mavara to Badac. Badac running right-hand hook. And we have a 1-point ball game here in Almere. And you can hear the effect that's had on the crowd. The decibel levels have gone almost to a hushed silence as they've seen their team go from what was a very commanding position to just a 1-point lead now. Good defense by Bilan. Got away with a little shove there. And they broke away and got the 2 on the other end. The Netherlands call a timeout as they see their lead shrink to just 1 point. And it's been a big comeback from Croatia, led heavily by Krojlin with some key plays. A triple from the corner, a strong move to the basket. And the Croatian skipper, Krojlin, really has come to play. No real foul trouble from the Netherlands' point of view. Shaftenar, 3 fouls, but outside of that, no real concerns. And the same can be said of the Croatian side. Also, they've got Pleninic on 3 fouls, no one above 2 outside of that. And as you can see, we have a 1-point ball game, and that's because the shooting percentages are very close. Just a 4% difference between the two teams. I think the key going forward as we approach the final 10 minutes of the game is going to be, can the Netherlands find their perimeter form once again? And from the Croatian perspective, can they control the tempo, control the game, put the game into where they want it to be, into the frame that they want to take it? That's going to be the key. But as you can see, the Netherlands still shooting an impressive 46% from outside. 2-point percentage is identical between the two teams. So the real difference is the Netherlands have found some form from the perimeter and Croatia haven't. Let's see how that progresses throughout the rest of today's game. 1:50 left in this third quarter. And the Netherlands bring it up over the half. Hamink now to Williams. Vaughan worked hard to get free, but had to give it straight back to Williams. Norell sets the screen. Williams floats inside. Oh, that's a tough bounce pass, but he finds Norell. Norell will come out. Shot clock running out. Forced to put the shot up. But a marauding Hamink grabs the offensive rebound. And Netherlands will use the 14 seconds. Ball now comes out to Vaughan. Vaughan trying to shake his defender, but throws it inside. That strong defense by Balats. And this will leave Netherlands with just 3 seconds on the shot clock as they get the ball back on the baseline. Critical phase of play as we're almost into the final minute of the third quarter. Williams now inbounds the ball. And Vaughan will shoot the three. And that's just a brick as the shot clock runs down. Croatia starting to find some form on both ends. Their defensive level has really picked up. All now in the hands of Krojlin once again. He'll shoot another three. Off to the right on that one. Bilan will grab the offensive rebound though, and Croatia will reset. Valas drives inside, has to come back out. Balats doesn't take the shot, travels instead. He's frustrated as the lane opened up for him. So it'll be a turnover, and the Netherlands will take possession. So travelling violation there. 39 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Williams to Vandermaals, to Vaughan. Vaughan now to Hamink. Good ball movement, good patience. Oh, it just opens up for Hamink, but it quickly closes on him. And Croatia are out at the races in Krojlin. And Williams fouls Krojlin as he goes to the basket. Krojlin will go to the line for 2 shots. Opportunity for Holland to take the lead. Krojlin now at the line. Connects with the first. Takes himself up to 17 points personal. Captain leading by example for Croatia. Too heavy on the second, and Norell grabs the rebound for Netherlands. And a tied ball game here into the final possession of the third quarter at the Topsport Centrum in Almere. Williams drives to the basket, opens up for him, gets the 2 off the glass. Patient play by Williams, waiting for the lane to open up. Can Croatia get the shot off? Yes, they can. Way too heavy on that one. Bozic can't get it to go. And that's the end of the third quarter. And we are on a knife edge here in Almere. 50 to the Netherlands, 48 to Croatia. And what a game we have here in Almere, in the Netherlands. We've got a 2-point lead at the moment for the Netherlands over Croatia. They're leading 50 to 48. And what a game, and what a final 10 minutes we have in store for you here. Plenty of action so far in the opening 30 minutes, and a game that has gone from one side to the other. in a close battle as both teams look to get their World Cup qualification off to a winning start. The form book would suggest Croatia were favourites. The action here tonight has said there's nothing between these two teams. Croatia might be ranked 8th in the world, whereas Netherlands are ranked 46th. You can tear that one up straight away. Both these teams are playing on the same hardwood, and both these teams think they can come away with the win. This is the first of obviously 2 games that they'll play in this opening window of the 2019 World Cup qualification. And with the Netherlands travelling to Romania on Monday, they'll take on Romania in Cluj, whereas the Croatians will take on Italy in Zagreb on Sunday. Sorry, both those games on Sunday, not Monday. So Netherlands will go to Romania on Sunday, and Italy will go to Croatia on Sunday also. And that will conclude window 1 of the 2019 World Cup. Coach Helfteren will be reasonably content. He'll be a bit frustrated that his team weren't able to extend their lead further. They had a controlling phase in that third quarter they didn't capitalise on. But here we are, the final 10 minutes, the clutch of the game. Who will step up and who will shrivel in the spotlight? That's what we'll come down to now. Krojling for 3! Off to the left, couldn't get it to go. That would have been a huge statement in the opening play of this third quarter. If they could have come away with an opening 3 to take the lead, that would have silenced the crowd. Williams now to Van der Mars, to Vaughan. Netherlands continuing with their patient build-up. Stolen away by Ramlik. And he'll give it up to Mavara. Every possession is going to count now. Sakic goes down low into Bilan. Bilan goes to work against Norel. Again, good call by the officials. They've been consistent throughout the game. They're happy with an armbar on the back of the player. But as soon as that post defender puts a hand onto the back, the foul is called. It'll be a baseline ball for Croatia. And they inbound it to Krojling. Great defense by the Netherlands. Krojling now back to Sakic. Goes to Ramlik in the corner. He's too heavy with that one, and Hamik will grab the rebound for the Netherlands. He's looking to go coast to coast, and it's a blocking foul called on Kartic. He was expecting the contact. As you can see on the break, Hamik changes direction, and Kartic is already falling over before Hamik even touches him. And he drags Hamik down. So that will be a blocking foul. First team foul of the quarter for Croatia. It'll be a sideline ball, which Vaughan will inbound to Williams. Hamik now on the near wing. To Vaughan. Back to Hamik. Good defense by Croatia. Keeping all the lanes filled. Van der Mars, right-hand hook shot, too heavy. Ramlik will come away with it. Ramlik going to coast. And he's rejected by Van der Mars. Not in my house. Great defensive play by Van der Mars. As Ramlik looks to go coast to coast, Van der Mars says, not on my watch. Ball is inbounded to Krojling. Back to Bilan. Kartic. Kartic drives inside. Great pick and roll play. Bilan. Oh, that's a tough shot by the big man. Can't quite get it go on the reverse layup. And Hamik once again will look to go coast to coast. And Ramlik will foul him. Smart play once again by Hamik. He's identified the fact that they're struggling in transition defense as Bilan can't quite get the reverse layup. And Hamik gets out at the races. Ramlik quite lucky not to pick up an unsportsmanlike foul there. Didn't look like there was much play of the ball. Seemed quite excessive on the contact. Vaughan now on the wing. Comes back to Williams. Williams drives inside. Has to kick it out to Van der Mars, who comes back to Hamik. Shot clock comes down to 5. Hamik will have to take the shot soon. Gives it up to Oldendak. Oldendak off the glass. He's fouled as the shot clock was expiring. Bilan fouls him and sends him to the line. It's not the worst thing for Bilan to do. Odendak's not a great free throw shooter, but still, you'd rather play straight up defense and force a shot clock violation and to foul a man who's falling out of bounds anyway. It's a third team foul of the quarter for Croatia. As Bilan goes to the bench, and Sobin comes in. Critical phases. This really is where coaches become worth their weight in gold. Every possession, every slight change to their offensive or defensive sets can really impact a game that's so closely matched as this one. Oldendijk misses both. And Croatia grab the defensive rebound. And nerves now will start creeping into the players. And the foul is called on Franca as he tries to illegally stop Krojlin coming across the screen at the top. Just under 8 minutes to play here in the opening game for both of these teams' World Cup qualifications. Kartic to Ramlik. Ramlik now looking for something in front of him, nothing there, comes back out to Šakić. Šakić will go on one-on-one to Van der Mars, long two, gets it to go. Šakić once again pulls a little trick out of the bag. Takes himself up to 17 points personal, joint leading scorer. Ball now into the low post, Van der Mars going to work. Couple of spins, goes up with a hook shot, nothing there. Foul called. Wait to see who that one's called on. That one is called on Oldendijk. As we have a tied ball game here at the Top Sports Centrum in Almere. And this really will be a battle for some of these players against their nerves as Schaftenaar comes into the game for Oldendijk. Kartic now with the ball. Goes to Krojlin. Krojlin will play a key role in the closing stage of this game. Sobin. Ball now to Kartic. Tries to go inside of Sobin. Stolen away by Schaftenaar. Good defense by the Netherlands. Closing the passing lanes. And as we enter the final 7 minutes of this one, we are taking it to the wire. That's a tough shot and it's an air ball. Can it be saved? Yes, it can. But unfortunately, the Croatians will come away with it. And Ramlik almost loses his footing. Almost throws it away. What a scrappy phase of play. And Šakić manages to slow it down. And Kartic will set up the offense for Croatia. Kartic now looking to shape up. Pulls away from Schaftenaar. Schaftenaar grabs a rebound, but steps out of bounds. So it'll be a Croatian ball on the baseline. As I said, the nerves will start playing their part, and that is apparent already. Scrappy phase of play by both teams. As we see Schaftenaar stepping out of bounds with the ball. Sorry, Jutta Koch stepping out of bounds with the ball. Katic saves it, scrappy play. But this really might come down to which team can find their composure and get back to the rhythm that has got them to where they are so far. Kartic now. Šakić sets a screen, rolls away. Can't quite hold on to the pass. Šakić drives inside, he's fouled. Gets the shot up, so that means he'll go to the line for two. Smart play by Šakić, making sure that he gets to the charity stripe. It really does feel like Krojlin, Šakić and Kartic might be the important trio for Croatia. Whereas I think it may come down to the likes of Kluth and Norel and maybe Vaughan for the Netherlands. And Šakić gives Croatia the lead in the crucial stage of the game. Takes his personal tally to 18 points. As the Netherlands fans in the sea of orange look to put him off as best they can. It doesn't work. He connects with the second, and Croatia have a 2-point lead. And that's their biggest lead of the game, believe it or not. And it comes with just 6 minutes 10 to play. You often hear the phrase, it's a marathon, not a sprint. And maybe that's what Croatia have done. Booth now, trying to find some space, goes to Hamink. Koch sets the screen for Hamming. Hamming goes up against Sobin. Goes to the corner. That's a big shot. It's in and out, and Koch grabs the rebound. He's fouled by Sobin. Shaftanar with the big shot from the corner. Couldn't get it to go. Spotted up beautifully, but it's in and out. Koch with a strong rebounding position claimed. And that takes Netherlands into the bonus. Both teams now into the bonus. The team foul situation from now on. 5:47 left in this final quarter. Could the game come down to which team performs well from the charity stripe? Franke now from outside. Too heavy, and the iron bats it away. Croatia come back the other way, and Ramlink goes coast to coast. Unlucky for the young man. Can't quite get the luck of the roll there. And Netherlands will come the other way. Kluth inside now. Shaftanar tries to kick it away. Shakic out on the break. 2-on-1 break. He's fouled. Unsportsmanlike foul. Will he get the shot? No, he won't. Good recovery play by Kluth. No option there for the officials but to call an unsportsmanlike play on Hamming. Shakic was out on a break. If you're that last player, you're always going to be in a position where the officials are going to call that as an unsportsmanlike. The new interpretations now, and that sends Hamming on to 3 fouls also. Shakic goes to the basket. Hamming doesn't even put hands out to try and play it, just pretty much shoulder barges into Shakic. Poor play by Hamming. Good recovery by Kluth, though, making sure that Šakic's shot didn't connect, so it wasn't a three-point play. Shakic gets the first to drop. Imaginary high fives to his lineup teammates. Obviously a superstitious player. Has to tap the hands of his teammates that are lining up for the rebound. That takes him up to 20 points personal. And that one extends it to 21 points, and Croatia extend the biggest lead up to 4 points now, as they lead the Netherlands 54-50. The Netherlands will need to keep their eye on this, because Croatia, with whom confidence, will be a very different animal than they've faced so far. Gartic now with the ball for Croatia, being guarded by Kluth. Kluth trying to break through the screen. Shakic looks to hand it out to Krojlin. Nothing there. Shakic will shoot the three. Short on that one. Big rebound by Ramlik. Ramlik too heavy. Sobin will grab another rebound though, and Croatia will reset their offense. Gartic fakes the three but slows it down. Quick ball movement now. Shakic to Ramlik. Ramlik drives inside, floats inside, right hand once again, can't get it to go. Ramlik has had no joy so far, and Netherlands will come away with it. The Netherlands now with the ball in the hands of Kluth as we enter the final 4 minutes, 38 seconds of this one. Kluth now supported by loud noise from the crowd here at the Topsport Centrum. Van der Mars floats inside, right hand hook, short on that one. Shakic will get called for the foul. Ramlik has had so many attempts where it's just rattled in and out. It really isn't his night. Van der Mars worked so hard to grab the rebound. Couldn't quite keep it to his team. Another example of the fortune of Ramlik. Nearly just drops it into the basket, but catches the iron and bounces out. Really not been his night so far on the hardwood. Shaftanar at the line, connects with the first. What an exciting proposition. We've got 4.5 minutes to play here in Almere, and the Netherlands are just down by 2. Could one of the biggest upsets of the opening round be on the cards, as the 6th seed in Europe, Croatia, are only 2 points up against the 25th seed Netherlands. Floats inside, rejected by Koch. And an unsportsmanlike foul is called. Just need to clarify which of the 2 Croatian players the foul has been called on. But once again, in transition, that is a call that the referees will make. Big rejection by Ito Koch. Gartic goes inside. Koch said, "Not in my house." And then Frankie is out at the races, and Ramlik is called for an unsportsmanlike foul. The players need to get up to speed with this as quick as they can. You'd imagine they would be, as they would have been dealing with it throughout their domestic campaigns. A new interpretation of the unsportsmanlike foul is not favourable to the defender fouling a transition offensive player. It really does mean that the referees are likely to call the foul. And on that, the Croatia will call a timeout, as Coach Skellim wants to make sure that his team's minds are back on track. They may hold a 2-point lead, but the whole game is in the balance at the moment, as this game really has been to and fro. The momentum switches has been unreal. And this really is Croatia's chance to stamp their authority on the game and, you know, make the form book mean something, as Croatia would be hot favourites. They currently have a 5-0 historic record over their host this evening, the Netherlands. But it's been such a close game. You see the rebounding stats, you see how close that is, you see the 2-point percentage shooting, only a 2% difference there. The only real difference has been the Netherlands have shot reasonably well from the outside, but that's deteriorated in the second half, whilst Croatia's has increased. All the statistics are saying we have a close game, and the most important one is telling us we have a close game, and that's the scoreline. Netherlands 52, Croatia 54. Who has what it takes in this final 4 minutes and 15 seconds to claim this game? Who will walk away with an opening night win, and who will head to Sunday's game really needing to claim the win? There's your quarter breaks, and as I said, first quarter owned by Netherlands, second quarter owned by Croatia. A dead heat in the third, and Croatia just edging the fourth quarter. And that's what has left us with a tantalising contest here in Almere. Back of the iron and out for Franke. He won't be too happy with that. It's these pressure situations that the young man will need to perform in if he wants to stake a claim as a leader of this Netherlands team. Only 21 years old, but picking up his 12th cap already. Buys his trade in Liga A from Trentino. He has a bright future ahead of him. Norel comes into the action for the Netherlands in this final 4 minutes of 15. And Croatia have the narrowest 1-point lead. Franke now drives inside, floats inside. Is he fouled? Yes, he is. He's fouled by Šakić. And that's a big blow for the Croatians. That's Šakic's fourth foul. And you can see the shock on his face, not particularly happy, might be in a little bit of pain as well. Out comes the smile. He's had a big game tonight, Šakić. But so is Franke as he connects again from the line, taking his tally to 14 points. Can he give Netherlands a lead again? The Netherlands have had a lead of 11 points at one stage in this game. They now only have a 1-point lead with just over 4 minutes to play. And the Dutch crowd are getting behind their team. The Orange Lions are starting to roar. As Ramlik goes to the right hand off the glass, nothing there, and Franke grabs the rebound. Hands it off to Kluth, who slows it down. Wait to see who the foul is called on. Is it on Ramlik or Šakić? It's going to be called on Ramlik. Yeah, Ramlik just ploughing through Šaftanar there. Šaftanar was stationary when Ramlik went through him. So Ramlik picks up the foul. And that's his fifth personal foul. That's the last we'll see of him this evening. He's had an evening to forget, I'd imagine. He'll want to regroup himself personally and come back on Sunday against Italy with a lot more to show. Šaftanar at the line, hits the second, and the Netherlands are quickly out to a 3-point lead here. And the Orange Lion starts to roar in the crowd with a chance of defense. Before the foul is called on Šaftanar. Šaftanar picks up his fourth personal foul. Sending Šakić to the line for two. Šakić connects with the first. Relied heavily on his performance this evening. Jelko Šakić connects once again. Takes his personal tally up to 23 points and brings it back down to just 1 point lead for the Netherlands. This really is ebb and flow, and a game that feels like it's going to go down to the wire. De Jong now goes inside. Nothing there, he'll have to come out looking for the 3-second call. That wasn't called. Kluth way outside. Can't connect with that one. And Bozic grabs the rebound for Croatia. Krojling now wide open for 3. Doesn't take it though. Back out Kartic. Kartic fakes a 3, drives inside. Comes back out. Big shot from Bozic outside. Too heavy. And Van der Mars grabs the rebound for the Netherlands. Kluth now brings it up over the half. Both teams' 3-point percentage starting to drop. Big spin move by De Jong. Goes inside to Norel. Norel too heavy off the glass. Ball comes back out. Franke goes inside. Right hand teardrop from the young man. Good again. Back out to a 3-point lead from the Netherlands. And we're in to the closing stages. Just 2 minutes 20 to play here at the Top Sports Centrum. Kartic to Šakić. And he's fouled by Franke. Puts his hand up, acknowledges the foul. Franke there, hesitation, drives inside, floats with the right hand. Such a veteran play by Franke. That's just his 3rd personal foul. Nothing to worry about too much at this stage of the game. But what it does do is put the cool, calm and collected Šakić at the line. And my goodness, he has hit 13 from 13 from the charity stripe this evening. That is exactly what Coach Skellin will want from the big man. He has done absolutely everything he can to help Croatia get the lead. And the commentator's curse has struck him there as he misses his 14th shot. 2-point ball game now. Kluth with the ball, hands it off to Franke. Van der Mars back to Kluth. Kluth, little hesitation, goes to Van der Mars, back out of Franke. Franke for the corner for 3! Franke drains the triple! What a shot, and he is pumped! What a play from the young man in the corner. Yannick Franke with another dagger. He has ice flowing through his veins. Wide open in the corner. Perfect form. Sticks his foot out to try and claim the foul. He's lucky not to get an offensive foul. That's a contentious situation at the moment. But there's no concern for the Orange Lions in the crowd as their man drains yet another triple. Yannick Franke up to 20 points. What a night for him. And Netherlands up to a 5-point lead. 1 minute 50 to play. Is an upset on the cards here in Almere. Ball goes into Bilan. He's fouled by Norel. I think it was Norel that's called for the foul. We'll just wait for clarification. Yeah, Norel has called for the foul. That's his 4th personal foul. Some key players now for the Netherlands getting into foul trouble, and sends Bilan to the line. Ice cold, drains the first. Just Bilan's 3rd point of the game, only 1 from 7 from the field. And the 2nd. Important 3 throws from the big man. And down to a 3-point ball game. Substitution for the Netherlands. Coach Helftenen's not overly happy with it. I think the officials are saying you had a player sit on the substitution seats, so you're going to have to make the substitution. As soon as they notify the bench there's got to be a sub, he's got to come into the game. So Odendak has come into the game for Norel. Kluth now to De Jong. De Jong crossover, floats inside, comes back out. Van der Mars, sorry, Schaftenaar can't get it to go. Big rebound by Bilan. Uses every ounce of strength he has left to pull that one down. Kartic now being guarded by De Jong. Kartic, big shot by Krojling. Can't get that one to go. It's off the glass, and Kluth grabs the rebound for the Netherlands. Could we be in for a historic moment? Could this be the Netherlands' first ever victory in competitive basketball against Croatia? They lead by 3, and we just have a little over a minute to play. Kluth now drives inside, kicks it back out. Good ball movement. Franca doesn't take the 3, instead he takes the long 2 and rails it home. Can Yannick Franca do anything wrong this evening? He gets the 2, and a big fist pump from him. A congratulations from De Jong. He is on fire this evening here in Almere, as he takes his personal tally to 22 points. A 21-year-old. He's taken his team on his back. Little fake, such composure, floats inside on, rattles home the 2, and takes the Netherlands back out to a 5-point lead with just 1:10 to play. Timeout called by Croatia. They need to change something, and change something fast. Croatia are on the ropes here in Almere. They'll need to make sure that they come out, and come out quickly. They have no time to waste whatsoever. Whether you speak Croatian or not, I think it's very clear Coach Skelin is not happy with what his team have put on the floor this evening. He knows if they walk away with a loss this evening that they're going to be under immense pressure on Sunday when they welcome Italy to Zagreb. What most would have seen as a top-of-the-table clash prior to tonight's games. Italy against Croatia in Zagreb now has taken on a whole new meaning if Croatia come away with a loss. And we are a little over a minute left in this game, and Croatia have to turn over a 5-point deficit. I think the faces of the Croatian fans tell you everything you need to know. They're not overly comfortable. They were coming here expecting a win and expecting to see their team get business done. But Yannick Franca has had other ideas as he's taken his team on his back. Krojlin now into Šakić. To Kartic. Back to Šakić for 3. Oh, in and out, Šakić. And the Netherlands grab the rebound. Oh, what a play by Šakić. We're down to 40 seconds. Kluth brings it up over the half. If the Netherlands score in his possession, surely that's game over. Croatia have to get a stop. Odendag sets a screen. Back in the hands of Kluth. Kluth will drive to the basket. To De Jong. De Jong fakes a 3. Steps back for the 3. He's short on that one. They fight for the rebound, but Croatia grab the rebound. Krojling, the captain, grabs the rebound. The inexperience of Franca fouls him. Not what Coach Helfterin would have wanted to see, because that is going to send Krojlin, the Croatian captain, to the line for 2 free throws. You don't want to give Croatia the chance to score without the clock running. That's what Coach Helfterin will have been telling his team. But they have. Krojlin now can reduce the game down to just a 3-point ball game if he connects with both these 3 throws at the line. 18.7 seconds to play. What a tense game we have here. A huge upset on the cards. Can Croatia bring it back, or do the Netherlands have enough to secure a historic win? And the first is good by Krojlin. The captain does his job. Krojlin now up to 18 points personal. Back at the line for the second. And connects with the second. We have a 3-point ball game. They've got to foul as soon as the ball comes in now. Timeout has been called by the Netherlands. That will advance the ball. Smart move by Coach Helfterin. The ball will now be advanced over the halfway line, which means that you're effectively saving yourself half a court, even if the Netherlands turn the ball over straight away on the inbound. They have the ability to defend. That's the key. That's why he's wanted to advance the ball. That's why he's wanted to put a bit of gap between the ball and their own basket. But my goodness, we've got 20 seconds of basketball left here, and we have an unbelievably close game on our hands. We have history teetering on the brink. The Netherlands have met Croatia 5 times in the past. Qualification in '97, they lost both games. Qualification for Eurobasket 99, they lost both games. And at the Eurobasket finals in 2015, they lost to Croatia by 6. Do they have what it takes this evening to make history for Netherlands basketball? Can they close this game out? It's a 3-point lead currently. Coach Helfterin has been calm throughout, no change throughout the entire 40 minutes, whether they've been up by 11 or whether they've been down. He's been the same with his team. The consistency is breeding confidence within the Orange Lions. And can they close this one out? Only time will tell. Nervous Croatian fans in the crowd and a nervous coach at the helm of Croatia. Shaftanar will inbound the ball for Netherlands. Croatia will look to steal, and if they can't steal immediately, they'll have to foul. Shaftanar now inbounds it to Franca. Franca should hold on to it. They've got to foul. What are the Croatians doing? Oh, they let quite a few seconds off the clock. 14.2 to play. Šakić with the foul. And that's, I'm not sure if that's Šakic's 5th foul, but they should have fouled quicker than that. As soon as the ball came in, it would have been the coach's instructions from Coach Skellin. He'd have said, try and steal the balls. Try and steal it immediately. If you can't steal it, foul. And Shaftanar connects with the first. That is a clutch play from the big man at the line. So much pressure on his shoulders at the moment. Taking it out to a 2-possession ball game and really putting Croatia on the ropes. What shooting from the line by Shaftanar. We've got a 5-point ball game, 14 seconds to play. Croatia will have to get up the court quickly. They're going too slowly though in the hands of Kartic. He'll go to the line, he'll drive to the basket, sorry, for 2. They've lost it. Looks like we have history in the making here. Franca now out for the two-handed jam. And that sends Netherlands to the victory, no doubt about that. They have broken the form book here. They walk away 68-61 winners over Croatia. The first time in the history of basketball for Netherlands that they've taken a win against Croatia. And what a way to start their FIBA World Cup 2019 qualification. That is a clear, this is my house moment for the Orange Lions. And you can hear them roaring in the crowd. And the smiles are all over the Netherlands players' faces. And Croatia, for Coach Skellin, it has to be back to the drawing board. And their game on Sunday against Italy in Zagreb now becomes absolutely crucial as the Netherlands players on the half-court line celebrate, and they rightfully celebrate after what was an impressive performance, showed composure throughout. They leave here 68-61 winners. And a huge play here by Kartic. He goes to it, can't get it to go. Bilan can't grab the rebound. The outlet to Franca. And it is fitting to see Yannick Franca, the young man, throw it down for the win. That's exactly the way the game should have finished. The one-handed jam as he points to the crowd to celebrate the historic moment. A great night for him. He walks away 24 points, 9 from 11 shooting, and 5 rebounds. What a huge night for him, and what a huge night for basketball here in Almere in the Netherlands. And Croatia, as I said before the game, 7 players without caps, without competitive caps in a Croatian team, a new team trying to form, and that really did show. Whereas the fact that the Netherlands team has played across the summer in the pre-qualification phase, they gelled, and that really did show. So 68-61 in favour of the Netherlands, and the shooting percentages kind of tell you something. 2 points, 42% to just 34% for Croatia, and early on the 3-point shooting prowess of the Netherlands really put Croatia on the ropes. An even rebounding battle, assist, the Netherlands worked a bit harder, and that's to be expected as they are closer and they know each other better as a team. Turnovers completely even, fouls completely even. That really does sum up what we've had here, and that was an absolute nail-biter of a game. And what a way to start qualification for FIBA World Cup 2019. The Netherlands have taken one big step forward to reach in the second round of qualification. Franca leading them with 24 points. Šakić leading the Croatians with 24 points. Ramljak has 8 rebounds for the Croatians. And outside of that, the night really has to be the night of Yannick Franca. He's had a huge, huge evening here in Almere, one that he will not forget for a very, very long time. But the Netherlands produced from across the floor great team basketball throughout, and that really has earned them their win as they've gone inside for the easy twos as well as outside. Croatia have done their best, However, the Croatians heavily relied on individual talent rather than team basketball. And that showed as the Netherlands came away with the win. Here are some of the highlights for you from this evening's game in Almere. But as I said, this is game one of window one of the World Cup qualifications for both the Netherlands and for Croatia. Croatia now have a big game on Sunday. Back in Zagreb at home in front of their home fans as Italy make the trip to Zagreb. For the Netherlands, they then get onto the road. They'll head to Cluj to take on Romania on Sunday. And that will conclude window one for Group D. As I said, there's 8 groups in this World Cup qualifications, 32 European teams trying to make it through to those final 12 qualification spots for the World Cup finals in China in September 2019. And the Netherlands have really stamped their authority on this group nice and early with a big win against Croatia. For Croatia, it's back to the drawing board and a huge amount of work to be done in the remaining games they have here, not just in this qualification round, but if they can make it through to the second qualification round, this result will stand. So this is a tough loss for them to take and will stick with them throughout their 12-game qualification process. That's if they can get out of Group D. Coach Skellin with a lot to work to do, and no doubt he'll lean heavily on Šakić, who had a big game this evening. Šakić led Croatia in scoring with 24 points and really was a calming influence for the Croatian team throughout. And they'll need more of the same from him, but he'll need to be accompanied by several other players if they're to come away from Sunday's game against Italy with the win. But here this evening in Almere, we have a Netherlands team in rampant form in front of their Orange Lions faithful. Have come away with a historic win, their first ever competitive win against Croatia. And isn't it great to get it on home soil for them in front of their fans? And this is what the whole new FIBA World Cup qualification process is all about. It's about bringing the superstars of Netherlands to the Orange Lions of Netherlands. Their home fans get to see them perform. That's all we have here, and we'll see you here soon.